I've been having an issue with tango lately, Haley.
Oh, no.
And I think it's very important that we discuss this.
Yeah?
Tango currently and also forever in the past does not like it when I play guitar. He hates my music. He does not support me.
Can I ask what he does when you play guitar?
Yes, he asks to leave the room immediately. I haven't even played a note on the damn thing. And I just take my guitar up off the wall and he could be sleeping peacefully up in the cat tree. And he's like, oh, you're doing that now? Can I leave first?
I actually need to go home right now.
Yeah, so I don't know. Do you think I should kick him out or?
Like of your house?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't see another way. Out of it, so.
It's not going to be easy, but I really don't see any other.
Yeah, I don't know what else you could do.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Welcome to UCHQ. You're probably asking, what the hell is this? How did this end up on my podcast feed?
It's a present.
It's a present that we're giving you for free, and that's it. After this, it's not actually
just
for free
this one
anymore.
Though.
Should I describe what UCHQ is, or do you want to, Haley?
It was your grand master plan.
Oh, my.
So why don't you,
Okay, so basically, for those of you who don't know, I am quite good friends with Haley. And
what?
I enjoy talking to her.
This is news to me.
And have I not? Okay, that's fine.
I just think you could say it more often. That's
okay. I'll make a note of that. I'll be taking notes each episode, and I'll make a note right here, just so I remember. I want this to be a learning experience. Be nicer to Haley.
What's the opposite of taking notes? I'm gonna
Ignoring
actively
me?
be offloading the information I receive.
All right.
I'm not going to be ignoring you. I'm going to respond and we're going to have beautiful conversations. But I will, maybe 20 minutes after we're done, I'll have zero recollection of the whole experience.
Depressing. UCHQ is a new show that Haley and I have decided to start doing. We realized in recording intros and outros for the podcast over these many months, that it's actually fun to talk to one another and that we have a good time just kind of vibing. And we kind of wanted to turn that into a whole show. So
if your favorite part of Unprepared Casters is the intros, I have excellent news.
This is the show for you, baby. We've decided to put this show up on the $10 tier of our Patreon. So the tier that normally just has patron items submissions, NPC submissions, since items and NPCs aren't a guarantee of a reward, like you can submit, but who knows if your items are actually going to make it into the show. We wanted to juice the $10 tier up a bit with some extra content.
It's a lonely little tier. He needed some more friends.
Absolutely. So bi-weekly, that's once every 2 weeks.
Not twice a week.
Not twice a week, once every 2 weeks. On Thursday, I believe is a day long ago that we said would be a good day for this.
When we discussed this, 7 months ago?
On Thursday, you can pop in to UCHQ, the UC Studios, and listen to Haley and I hang out.
Absolutely jabber on.
Absolutely jabber on about anything and everything. There can be chatter about the show. There can be chatter about D&D in general. We have a bunch of stupid little mini party games, a little list of things that we can do to gamify hanging out with each other.
In case we get bored of each other.
Yeah, in case we inevitably, get bored of each other.
Right.
So should I have not added that word in there?
No, it's just, listen, I already said that I didn't know you even liked me. So we're already a step up from where we were yesterday.
I'll put another...
You inevitably getting bored of me is, I guess, only to be expected.
I put a bunch of stars next to be nicer to Haley because I clearly haven't picked up on that
just started liking me, I guess, this morning. So they're good to know.
I want to be sure that I make good decisions. I have to take my time with them. So we decided to release the first episode publicly to let people know what to expect from the show and to encourage people to join our $10 tier on Patreon so they can get more episodes of UCHQ as they come. And we might also be bringing on guests if we can convince people to hang out with us for an hour.
Oh my God, did they not like me either? Shit.
We'll have to ask.
Fuck.
So we might, whatever old friend of the show we can drag into a Zoom call with us, will also be providing you your good extra content at that $10 tier on Patreon. So enough talking about the show. I guess I have to start. Should I replace Tango, or should I just stick with Daisy?
You already have a second cat, right? So it's already kind of selfish that you have two.
Selfish, huh?
Yeah.
That's the word that you chose. It's solid advice to if you're adopting a cat, the number one advice that I give to people when they adopt a cat is to adopt two.
Right.
And that's advice that I give to anyone listening.
They say you're not supposed to adopt solo kittens. Yeah.
Correct, because kittens need friends.
Yeah, they get
And
lonely.
You're not good enough, actually, to be a friend to your kitten. Anyone who thinks that they are is full of themselves. You cannot give the cat-on-cat experience that cats so desperately need.
You need a whole second cat for that.
So I feel like I actually will need to replace Tango.
Okay. I guess, do you want one of mine? We could trade these?
Yes, but then you would go down a cat. We have a mini game set up to...
we do!
to solve this problem.
It's fun for posterity. I'm currently getting over the novel coronavirus.
The what?
That's what they called it back in 2019.
Yeah.
It was the novel coronavirus.
You even broke out the word novel. I did. That's real vintage COVID.
I'm currently recovering. So if I seem a little bit out of it, it might be that. We had a whole segment about cats prepared. It was my idea.
I think it would be great if no matter how, even if you never get COVID again, no matter how many episodes we have of this show, 3 months from now, you can be like, I'm still just thinking about when I had COVID and it's just...
I'm spiritually still recovering.
Mm-hmm.
But I am literally currently still recovering. I caught it. I think I caught it 8 days ago.
And it's miraculous, truly, that you did not pass it on to me.
Yeah, we were in such close quarters. Definitely after I picked it up. Because there were other people I was near that they were like, it's crazy I didn't get it. And I always had to be like, I think I got it after I hung out with you, man. I don't think we were in danger.
Mm-hmm,
you and me, though. We drove home from the con together.
I guess I'm just stronger than you. I think.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Con is my dump stat, and I think everyone knows that.
So let's help me find a new cat. Yeah?
Okay, yes. Oh my God.
Is there a good website that I can go to?
Any local Humane Society website. So why don't we each just pick a random city? What city
I was
going to
go with Chicago.
I'm going to do the Orlando Humane Society.
Why Orlando?
I'm picking a random one. Oh my God, there's a cat named Big Boy. Big Boy.
Okay, so I'm definitely going to need a cat who can... Okay, so here's... That face that you're making.
Big Boy
Haley
is
has
so
stretched
beautiful.
out all of her muscles on her face at the same time in all the different directions. I don't see Big Boy, Haley. You've lied to me.
His adoption fee has been waived. Why? Do people not want Big Boy?
Okay, Big Boy is an adorable cat with a snipped ear. He's mostly black and he's got little white splotches on him. Does he have eyes or are his eyes just closed?
I think he has one.
Is he hanging out with a plastic bag in this picture? That's lovely.
Yeah, they're best friends.
Wow.
He's wearing a costume in some of these pictures. I think he's a bee.
He
does look like a big boy, too.
I would say that, first of all, Tango is a big boy.
Oh my God, he's 20 pounds. Gosh.
Okay, well, it's settled. We don't have to look at any more cats. Big Boy is replacing Tango.
Cats. I'd love to look at more cats. I just immediately
I immediately got nervous that us looking at cats is horrible content.
Why?
So I just think that maybe people could let us know if this is good. You know, we can rapid fire hit a bunch of different segments in this first episode,
And I believe we will.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're looking for a 20.7 pound
and you live in Florida
cat, yeah, you live in northern or central Florida, Big Boy is my new best friend. So I would love for somebody to take him home. There's a million cats on this website, and I just immediately found the one named Big Boy and decided that's all I needed.
If your cats, Haley,
Yeah.
so Big Boy's best friend is a plastic bag.
Yeah. Yes.
What would you say the non-sentient best friends of your cats are?
That's an excellent question. Oh my gosh. Well, the only thing I can think of is, so I have two cats, right? I have Hermes, who I speak on all the time.
Yeah.
And then there's Ozone, who is technically my betrothed's cat.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say they're her best friends. She has a very complicated relationship with shadows.
Oh, interesting.
In that she wants them all captured and does not understand what they are or how they work.
Oh, do you think she'll get there one day?
I don't. She has not come closer. It's awful. It's a wild time. She will like chirp at every like light and shadow. You know how cats do that when they are like hunting birds?
Yeah.
She makes that sound.
Do you mind if I try to give my Daisy bird hunting impression? Haley's dying.
Please.
This is what it sounds like when Daisy sees a bird that she wants to eat.
Yeah, please.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it right. So
you're going to do an amazing job.
This is off the cuff here.
Yes, it's that sound.
Yeah, okay, great.
It's that exact sound. And she makes it just in the comfort of our home when she sees like my shadow.
Wow.
Why? It's
Ghosts.
me, babe.
Ghosts.
She does also love to get possessed.
Ghosts
that
live
is
in
another
shadows.
thing about
Did you know
Ozone.
that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, because
Where
they
did
hate
you
the
learn
sun.
that from?
Oh, I feel the information
just
just
know it?
came to me just now. Yeah.
No, that's so
But
fair.
I know that it's true.
I love just getting divine knowledge.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really exciting for you.
So Daisy's best friend, I would, I don't want to rip off Big Boy, but one reason why I think they'd be best friends is that Daisy just loves a good plastic bag. And I think I've mentioned this many times. Anything made of plastic or just like a little sheet of paper that she can tear up into very, very tiny pieces. Very solid. And then Tango. Tango's such a people person. It's hard for me to think of an inanimate object that is Tango's favorite.
His favorite inanimate object is you.
Sometimes that's what I feel like I am to him, because when that man wants pets, he doesn't give a flying hoot what the hell you're doing.
No, he does not. No, he does not. He will just find a way to use your body in whatever way he can.
Yeah, so maybe Tango thinks that he's the only sentient creature on Earth, and that's
such a way to live your life,
and that me and Jenny are just pet machines.
Yeah. Do you think he recognizes Daisy as sentient?
Gosh, I don't know. Daisy will clean him, but he doesn't clean her back. So maybe not. And then he's like, "Oh God, the pet machine's making gross sounds with the weird wooden object." Yeah. So yeah, Tango doesn't support my music career. So
see, and that's why he's got to get out of there.
Yeah,
you don't need that energy.
I think I need to make
life.
a post announcing that Daisy has officially taken back the favorite spot from Tango. Because shortly after I moved to Chicago, Tango took it from her, and I feel like it's time to give Daisy credit where it's due.
All right, Gus, can I show you one more cat before we stop talking about cats?
Yes.
Just because I love the proportions of this boy, and I would really like for you to try to describe the proportions of this boy.
Okay.
Just to the listeners at home.
Yeah. I will say, before I look at this boy that you sent me, a philosophy in UCHQ that I want to permeate through all the episodes of the show is that I want us to try to use this as an opportunity to enhance our ability to describe things.
Our word pictures.
Yes, our word pictures. Because I think that is very important. It's a very important skill to have as a dungeon master and a D&D player in general. And I think it's an area in which I'm particularly lacking. And I think that this whole scenario that we've created of the fact that we're welcoming you into the studio, we need to do our best to use word pictures to make it seem as if we are indeed sitting across a table from one another in the same room, which of course we're not.
We are. We are.
I mean, yes, of course. Now we are. Yep. All right, let's see here.
I don't know why you don't want to sit at a table with me, but that's fine.
So a cat has walked into the room. What is this cat?
I'm obsessed with him.
Okay.
Could you please describe Dilbert for the class?
Yes. Dilbert is... Okay. So if you think of a cat as a box... Okay, there's a cat there are different dimensions to a cat, okay? Mm-hmm. You have cat length, which is distance from like nose to tail. Mm-hmm. You have cat width, which is, if you're looking at the cat straight on, distance from, left side of body to right side of body.
Right,
and then you have cat height. Mm-hmm. So this cat has one of the skinniest widths I've ever seen. There's a picture of this cat where no shoulders at all, actually. You see a head of this cat, and it really just goes straight from a neck into a body, and all of a sudden you're at the feet, and you don't know how you got there. However, it also seems that this cat is quite tall as well. There's some height on this cat as well. This cat is very much like a sheet of paper that's been turned into a cat if you place it up on its side. A dirty little nose too. It looks like this cat's been digging around in something.
Freckles.
I guess those are. Yeah, I'm so sorry. What is it? Dilbert. Is that a problematic name to give a cat now based on how
the author of Dilbert?
Yeah, that's kind of like naming a cat Harry Potter.
A little bit. Listen, maybe they don't know.
Maybe. Or maybe, it is in Florida. Maybe they're like, yeah, we love Scott, whatever his name is.
Man who made Dilbert.
Yeah.
That's his name. I love this cat. I think it's proportioned very similarly to Gus.
I really use so many words to just say the cat's skinny and tall.
But he's so skinny and tall. And his face is like entirely features. Like there's no excess room on his face. It's eyes, nose, mouth, and
my face is entirely features?
No.
Okay, because I was like, I do notably have a forehead, especially now that I'm keeping my hair out of my face.
You do. But I'm saying like body proportions, I think this cat looks a lot like Gus. But yeah, face is all features, beautiful freckles. Looks really skinny, but is almost 13 pounds, which does lead me to believe that's a very tall cat.
Yeah.
And I love him.
I think, Haley, that we should save these links.
Okay.
So that if anyone wants to see the things that we are describing in this episode, they can go to the post on Patreon, and we will share the links that we have.
I don't know. Do the links stay
accessed?
Available?
I don't know. Yeah, because this might not post for a couple weeks, but. We could also at least
Dilbert's gonna get, snatched up right away.
Yes, we could also take screenshots just in case.
We could. That's probably smart.
Yeah. Okay, so let's make sure to get a screenshot of Dilbert and a screenshot of Big Boy.
Big Boy!
Okay, so I think we've been talking about cats for long enough. I hope that,
How dare you?
Because this is our public episode. We need to show all that the show has to offer.
Right. It can't just be cats for an hour.
It can't just be cats. Yeah.
That's really disappointing.
So Haley, I know that you had some segments that you had planned for this first episode. Do you want to run through one of those segments?
Gus, I've been thinking a lot about horses today. Is this good? We're going from cats to horses?
Yeah, let's. Should we do a fully?
This is welcome to the animal episode. Okay. We discover the themes kind of as it comes here at UCHQ. Welcome into the studio. I'm talking about horses. Gus, what do you know about racing horses?
I know that they've got real silly names. A lot of names also take up multiple words. Some of them are even descriptions. I know that racing horses my assumption is that they're probably mistreated in some way. I can't imagine that the horse racing industry is very wholesome.
I mean, you have to take really good care of a horse if you want it to race well, is the thing.
Yeah, I just know that dog racing is horrible.
Yeah, I
so
would
how is
believe
it?
that.
How could it be different?
Horses are just so dang fragile. I feel like if you mistreat a horse, it dies. You know? That might not be true. But it feels true to me.
You can probably mistreat a... What are you doing? You could probably mistreat a horse a little bit without it dying.
I don't know.
You literally have to whip a horse to make it run.
You absolutely do not have to do that.
What? That's what the jockeys do. They have little whips.
You don't
and they're
have
like,
to do that to make it run. You have to squeeze them.
What?
What?
I swear to God, jockeys have little whips. And they go, bam.
Literally, I could contact my mother right now. She grew up showing and racing horses.
Yeah, ask your mom.
What am I asking her?
Say,
I'm gonna text my mom right now. She's gonna be so goddamn confused.
Okay, saying just curious. Do jockeys whip horses to make them run? ?
Mom, you are a horse expert.
Should I also Google it?
No.
Okay.
Literally, all we've talked about, my mother and I, the past few days, is like how I'm doing, how I'm feeling, if I'm getting better. Sure. And I'm just gonna be like, Mom, you are a horse expert.
I'm sure
jockeys whip horses to make them run.
If I know anything about moms, I bet she'll appreciate a random question. You know what I mean?
Probably. She loves horses too. Like,
Great.
You know, grew up absolutely obsessed with them. But like, she was a horse girl. Grew up in the country, showing horses kind of horse girl. Great. Now we wait for a response from my mother.
Great.
But
hey,
until
real quick,
then,
how do I get Jenny to publicly accept that she's a horse girl? I can't stand this anymore.
I don't think she will do it.
She's so obviously constantly talks about how much she loves horses. And yet every time someone tries to tell her she's a horse girl, she refuses.
I think it's just that at this point in Jenny's adult life, she's not ready to accept that identity. You know, as accurate as it is.
I'll make her do it at some point. Okay. I'll figure out a way.
Okay.
I just feel like it would bring her a lot of peace.
To accept that part of herself. That's fair. I don't think she's going to do it, but I love...
I know. You're probably right. All right. So while we're waiting on a response from your mom... there was a game. There was a horse game that you were gonna.
Yeah, I don't even know how much of a game this is.
Oh, okay.
But just because I've been thinking a lot about horse names lately, Jenny's yelling at us.
I did just get a Discord message.
We have just been added to a Discord group that is the two of us and Jenny.
It says "what yourself" and then corrects it to "watch." So watch yourself. I can hear you. I am not a horse girl. That's official word from Jenny. So I think it's going
well.
Jenny. Yeah.
I think the convincing is going well.
Yeah. Jenny never have been. I have gotten her to admit it in the past. I just need to make sure that I get it in writing.
Right.
Next time. So...
Yeah, it seems like it's going to go well. She's still typing.
Yeah, very much is still typing.
That's my favorite part of the convincing.
Horse girl is such a specific thing.
No,
boy.
I don't think it is. I think it's an energy. Should we invite Jenny into the room?
No,
this is way funnier.
No, because she literally is in the other room. She can say her piece while we're on the topic.
I can enjoy a horse without being a horse girl. False. Gus, I want to talk to you about racing horse names. Do you know why they're so weird?
I just imagined that jockeys were like quirky little guys and that they wanted their horses to be cute.
False. And also, in most cases, the jockeys like aren't the ones who own the horses necessarily. They're just the people who ride the horses.
Okay.
But they're so weird because only one, like, names cannot be repeated at any point in the official registry of racing horses.
Got it.
So, yeah, I don't know
do you
if
have
you know
the registry
how long,
pulled up?
I do.
There is just a registry with a list of every single registered racing horse in America
that's ever been registered with the Jockey Club. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you know like how long people have been racing horses, but it's been some time.
Okay.
That's actually when was the Jockey Club formed? That's such an exciting thing to look up.
While you're looking that up, update from Jenny.
Yeah.
Horse girl is such a specific thing. I can enjoy a horse without being a horse girl. Horses are great, cool, wonderful creatures. But that doesn't make me a horse girl. To observe that.
To just know it as true.
I will send a response. Sure, Jen.
Yeah, this sounds true, babe. The Jockey Club was founded in the year 1750.
Wow. Oh my gosh, it's older than America.
Yeah, it's been around for a while, I would say. And also just from looking that up and going to a different page of the Jockey Club website than I've been on, just looking at the names of the horses that are currently like the top 10 are so good. They're so good.
Can I have just a few examples then?
Yeah, rank number 4 is named Life is Good. That's the name of the horse.
That's great.
Rank number 5 is Title Holder. You can't name a horse that.
Oh, sneaky.
That's the name of the horse.
That's how you get people to bet on your horse.
Number 3 is Nature Strip, which sounds like meat.
Yeah. That sounds gross.
My mother is calling me.
Oh my God. Put her up to the mic. Put her up to the mic.
Okay. Hello? Hi, I'm recording a podcast and Gus had a question about horses.
Okay.
And you're a horse expert.
Okay, I had to go to work, so I'm driving.
I very much can't understand what she's saying.
It's a riding crop, so the short, it's not a whip, the short little stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have to use that to make the horses run?
No, those horses know that that's their job.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I thought you get on the horse and you kind of squeeze it.
I haven't been able to understand what she's saying. What's the report?
I mean, those horses are trained to run.
The horses are trained to run, so you don't need to whip them, but they have a riding crop if the horse forgets its job.
Yes, so they can use it to urge them to go a little bit faster. But
Yeah. Okay.
it's not like a whip. That was horrible.
No, yeah, you don't whip horses. That's what I was telling you.
That's what I thought they did.
You're just the only horse expert I know.
Well, I don't know much about race horses, but
Professionally racing horses, that's not so much your game.
No, I'm 3 times the size of a jockey.
It's not your fault you're not 5 feet tall. I forgive you.
5 feet and 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Than me.
Thank you for answering my horse question.
I love you.
I love you also.
Bye.
All right. That's Haley's mom, everybody. I don't know if any of that audio is going to be usable.
I don't know either.
Because I couldn't hear most of that. But basically what I understood from that, and Christian, you can cut that out if it was
however
awful.
much of that was usable.
Yes. The report that I just got from Haley's mom, who just called, is that sometimes there's a little thing that you can use to give the horse a little faster.
Called a riding crop.
A riding crop, but my understanding that you have to whip a horse to make it run is wrong. Isn't in a carriage, they're wah, and they have a little in the carriage. I don't know.
Maybe you're thinking 1800s.
My understanding was just that you abuse a horse
something.
to make it carry you places.
So the thing about horses is that they're so fragile. If you mistreat them, they will die.
Got it. Okay.
I love my mom.
Real quick, and another update from Jenny.
Yeah.
I drew a horse once, and I did a good job. And I bought, all caps, a couple books for reference. So I could draw it again. And just because that turned into my grandma buying me a horse calendar for many years after that, and just because I saved each photo from those calendars and hang them on my wall to create a pseudo wallpaper, does not mean I was a horse girl. I never owned a horse. Jenny thinks that it's required that you have to own a horse to be a horse girl.
Do you know how expensive horses are?
Every time we mention it, she types more.
Horses are so, it's so difficult to own a horse.
Haley, can we please let Jenny in the room?
This is so much funnier.
She's begging to come into the room.
I didn't even mention why I started talking about horses.
Okay, after you talk about horses, I am going to let Jenny in the room.
It's
briefly.
All right. So the reason that I wanted to talk about horses is because I wanted to see if Gus could think of any name or two-word phrase that has not been a horse name registered with the Jockey Club.
Mm-hmm. And so the thing about that is that I think that it'll be easier to come up with the one that hasn't been used than one that has been used. So I want to see if I want to see if I can do both.
Okay, hell yeah.
Okay. All right. So
got my typing fingers ready.
Is there a horse whose name is Nature's Bounty?
Oh, I feel like almost certainly.
That I'm trying to get one right now. Yes, there is.
Yes, there was one registered in 2016.
Wow. Okay. What about a horse whose name is let's see.
Some of these names are absolutely things I would not call a horse.
How about this? A well-balanced breakfast.
Well-balanced breakfast. No direct matches.
I guess it's not good to imply that you should be eating your horse.
You probably shouldn't eat the horse.
Are there any horses with breakfast in the name? I'd love to hear about them.
Let's look for a breakfast horse. Yes, there's one called Break Fast. It was two words.
Nice.
There's Breakfast at Teas, Breakfast at Tiffany's, but shorter. Breakfast Ball, Breakfast Beer, Breakfast in Bed, Breakfast Pond, Breakfast Ride, Breakfast Time, Breakfast with Anna, all one word.
Breakfast time. Okay, is there a horse called The Enemy of My Enemy?
Ooh. Enemy? That might be too long. I don't know what...
That's true. I might be going too long here.
What the length requirements are.
Okay.
There is not an enemy of my enemy.
Okay.
But there is enemy fire, enemy lines.
Enemy... Oh, my God. These are war horses.
I'm going to name my horse Enemy Fire. I mean, I can't. Somebody already did. But
okay. So I've succeeded. I've named a horse that is there and a horse that isn't there.
Yeah. I think enemy of my enemy would be too long.
Okay, so I need to think of one that
a little shorter. One or two words.
One or two words.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there a horse whose name is Dreidel? Like the thing you spin at Hanukkah.
Ooh, how do you spell dreidel?
I think it's D-R-E-I-D-E-L. Is that right?
D-R-E-I-D-E-L. Yes, 2018 saw a dreidel.
Okay. Let's see. Is there a horse named Tractor Tire?
While I'm typing that in, there was a horse in 2014 named Dress Code Violator. And I just needed everyone to be aware of it. There is no tractor tire.
Yay! What about Tractor Trailer?
The only tractor name is Tractor Man.
Great. Should I keep playing as long as I can do this, or should we let Jenny say her piece now?
I have a way I'd like to cap this segment once you decided you're done talking about horses.
Let me come up with a couple other ones.
Yeah.
Is there a horse called LimeWire, like the piracy website?
No, there is
If
not.
I ever have a racing horse, that's a badass name for a horse. I think I'm going to call.
Very good.
I think I'm going to call myself a victor there, because that is 100% a name that should be. There should be a horse called LimeWire.
Yeah, there absolutely should. Really, but just as we close off on looking at the Jockey Club registry, which is something I recommend everyone does if they just have a little bit of time, just type in a random word and see what horse names come up. Of course, you cannot name a horse Gus or Augustus. Those are names that have been used, or they are like permanent names. We just don't use those. And if you wanted to name a horse Haley, you would have to use a different spelling. My spelling, though, Nah, babe, no one's ever tried to name a horse that. What the fuck?
There has never, ever been a horse on the register whose name is Haley.
Apparently no.
That's hilarious.
No direct matches. But there's a million that are like Haley's something, spelled like me.
Fascinating.
But nobody's ever just been like, this one's
I'm going to buy 2
just
horses,
Haley.
and their names are going to be Haley and LimeWire.
Yeah.
They're going to go on adventures together. And they're going to be treated so well.
They're going to be just, yeah. But then, the spellings that have been used hurt my heart and my soul. They do.
There's one, we were talking before we started recording, and you said, and I was like, obviously there's one that has E-I-G-H, Haley, H-E-I-G-H, and you're like, why? And it's obviously because Haley. Yeah. So I'm a genius at naming things, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Great.
The way you said it, like it was so obvious.
It was so obvious.
And
One of the most common words associated with horse has the same sound as Haley, the A sound.
Kinda.
Horses
Haley.
go neigh.
It's not the same sound, Gus. It's a different sound.
Yeah, it's the A sound.
Haley.
Haley, neigh. Nay.
That's
hey.
not where the E-I-G-H
But I was
is.
right. Oh, it's not. Oh, that's not where the E-I-G-H is. Oh,
they do it at the end.
Oh, well, what the fuck? Oh, all right, never mind. Egg on my face, I guess.
Joke canceled.
Joke canceled. Okay. Does that conclude your horse segment, Haley?
That concludes my horse
right,
segment.
Let's give Jenny exactly 30 seconds.
About horses. Yeah, Jenny can come defend herself.
Jenny.
All caps, let me in there.
All right. Okay, Jenny's here. Jenny, make sure you get right up close to the mic. Hello, this is Jenny. She lives in my house.
This is me. I live
Jenny,
in my house.
Welcome to episode 1.
Hi, Jenny. She can't hear me,
Jenny
but I'll
can't hear
wave.
you. Welcome to episode 1 of UCHQ. This episode will be public.
Great.
You see my little timer right there.
I sure do.
You have once it hits 00, you have 30 seconds to say your piece. And go.
I have 2 points. Number 1, I grew up around a lot of rich kids that did own horses. And so in my brain, like, I can't say that I was a horse girl because, like, they were horse girls. They spent every Wednesday at the horse place taking care of their horses. So, like, I never got to that level. It was never realized for me. So that just messes with my brain. Number 2, I was so much more into cats. And that's the thing that gets me so upset is the fact that I drew cats every single day and had all the little buttons and stuffed animals, but suddenly I'm a horse
And
girl.
30 seconds is up. Thank you very much, Jenny. I think those were some pretty compelling arguments. I do, however, think that horse girl can have multiple definitions and you're allowed to like more than one animal.
I would agree with that.
People listening, let us know where you fall on the is Jenny a horse girl debate.
Is Jenny a horse girl?
Leave it down. If you're on, how about the only comments that we're going to read that pertain to this are comments on the Patreon post of this episode. So
there
if you
go.
leave a comment, or maybe we'll post a follow-up poll perhaps for $10 patrons.
Is Jenny a horse girl?
Is Jenny a horse girl? You can make sure. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's leave
We'll
the
do a
deciding factor just for the $10 patrons to incentivize people to join in on the conversations surrounding UCHQ.
Jenny's horse girlitude.
And we can't reveal next episode whether or not she won because we will batch record these.
Yeah, we're recording the next one in 45 minutes.
Yes, we are in the past.
Wow!
I know. So that was Jenny. She'll probably be guest starring on UCHQ from time to time.
Because of how she lives in your house.
Because of how she does indeed live in my house.
That does make it so much easier.
It sure does. Haley, that was a very lovely segment. At
Thank
some
you.
point, if a horse name hits me, I just love to have this maybe be a rolling segment.
Yeah. Listen, registry.jockeyclub.com/registry.
Let's make
and
sure
I are
to
best
post
friends.
that link.
Registry.jockeyclub.com/registry. I can't say the fucking word
Registry.com/jockey
No.
club.
Registry.jockeyclub.com/registry. I don't know why it's in there twice.
For sure. Great. So, let's see. I do want to introduce the dice rolling mechanic that we have in the show.
Oh, yeah,
Before
we
we
have a
wrap up
table.
episode 1, I do want to hit the table. Because
Table me.
yeah, when Haley and I devised the show, we thought, well, sometimes we're just going to run out of stuff to talk about. And although we have not run out of things to talk about here yet, I just wanted to...
And in our regular lives
Yes.
have not run out of things to talk about.
Yes, it'll be a sad day when that happens. I made Haley sad. We came up with a fun concept for the show. I think that UCHQ could very much be run by dice rolls in part, as we are both dicemen.
We are indeed.
And so we have come up with a mini game encounter table that whenever we feel the need to, whether or not we've concluded our last topic of conversation or just whenever it strikes our fancy, we can roll a d20 and we have a list of 20 little bits or games or topics of conversation that we can hit. And whatever we roll, we'll do it. So let's do a little bit of a proof of concept here, Haley.
Yeah,
Would you care to roll a d20 for me?
Oh, you'd like me to roll
Yes,
the
please.
dice? Yes, absolutely. Someday I'll remember who sent me this dice. I think it was
sure
Amelia,
hope
but
it's
Lord,
something-
it's got a B on it.
Oh, that was part of your dice exchange back in 2020. I remember when you got that.
Yeah, but I think Amelia's the one who sent it to me.
Nice.
I know I had Amelia.
Thank you, maybe Amelia. What? So you had each other?
9. That's my tattoo.
Yeah, that is your tattoo. Okay, so 9 is Shark Tank.
Okay. I've never seen Shark Tank.
I've also never seen Shark Tank.
Nice. This is gonna go great.
But basically, Shark Tank is, for those of you who don't know, it's a show where entrepreneurs pitch a business idea to investors and to try to get them to buy a stake in their company. Neither of us, we just came up with this table. We don't have shit prepared for business ideas.
We're just gonna have to start saying things.
We are going to have to start saying things. So I guess we'll stare in silence at each other.
Okay, wait. Are we pitching together or
Oh,
at
I thought we
each
would
other?
pitch to each other.
Okay.
It's okay. We could also pitch together, though.
I just wanted to know what the game was.
What game sounds better to you?
Because if we're pitching together, then we have to try and mind meld and just build off of each other.
I think that sounds more fun than us pitching to each other. Okay, all right. So this is us pitching to the audience
listeners.
to invest in our company.
Invest in our brand new business that we've thought about it a lot. Is the thing is we're really passionate about it.
What if we each come up with a word, and then we combine our two words, and that has to be the business?
Okay.
Okay, so you come up with a noun, and I'll come up with a verb or something. And
I'm gonna resist the urge to make my noun horses just for you.
Okay. All right.
We're mind melding about this business we've talked about many times.
Yes.
We're very passionate about it. And I think you're all actually really going to look forward to investing.
I've got my
because
word.
we're gonna change the
my
world.
word's also a noun, but I think it'll still work with whatever you have.
I was just going to come up with a thing in the absolute moment. So
Oh, okay. I've got it. Whenever you
Great.
say your thing, I'm going to immediately say my word after. So you're going to say word, and then I would like the second word.
Great. Thank you all so much for coming. I would love to tell you today about mittens.
Therapy.
Yes! Listen, your life has not been complete without
Mittens therapy. And obviously, Mittens is the name of the therapist? Or is this actually therapy for Mittens that we're talking about here? Because that's a hard sell, Haley.
It's therapy for your hands.
Okay.
Now listen.
All right.
We have special mittens that are really going to soothe your hands. Your hands do everything for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever sat down and thanked them?
You know what? That's
No.
so true.
Yeah, exactly. Your hands deserve a little thank you. They deserve a little retreat Welcome to mittens therapy.
Yes, this is both physical and mental therapy. Not only will you have a full hand massage and be able to insert your hand into only the finest mittens available, these mittens will also have messages written on the back of them.
Yes.
To give you, the wearer, a reminder to make sure that you tell your hands that you're thankful for them. So, Haley, what's an example of a message that would be written on the back of one of our mittens?
Oh, things like, no one's ever grabbed as good as you. That's
Another
just
one says,
of many.
I would wrap you around anything.
Yeah. They come in beautiful colors.
Yeah.
And every
color, actually.
We guarantee every single color.
We pulled up, anyone who's ever worked in a photo editing software knows that full spectrum of every single hex grid. And then, do you know hexadecimal? How hex works? Yeah, so we have every single hex code. So that's
we're
0 0 0 0 0 0
0
0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 2 0 0 0 0 0 3.
Yep, all
the way on to
FFFFF. Just for your fingies.
Yeah, just for your fingies.
Because they deserve it. And when is the last time you told them that? Truly.
We are hoping to expand this into a full product line of toesies therapy, undies therapy, glasses therapy, tiny little hat therapy, earmuffs therapy.
Yes. Your whole body needs therapy. And that's really what we're trying to say. There's something wrong with you and you didn't even know
Really, at the end of the day, I think this is truly, genuinely a message for everyone here to be kind to their bodies and let your different body parts know that you're thankful for them and that you're happy for the things that they do for you.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that be good to monetize? Please buy our company. We are asking for a 20% stake in the company for $6 million. So
those were numbers.
Yeah, so just let us know.
Yep. It's very difficult to get all of those fabric colors.
It's incredibly expensive. So let us know. Haley, that sure was a segment.
Gus, I had a good time.
That was good.
Gus, you didn't have a good time.
I'm self-conscious about it. That was a horrible business idea.
How dare you? Are you not investing? Are you dropping out?
No, I would never drop out of mittens therapy.
Oh my God, I'm the sole proprietor of mittens therapy?
No, I just said...
I'm destitute.
I just said no.
I'm going to have to call my mom back.
Is there a horse whose name is mittens therapy?
Oh, almost certainly not. No one's ever put those words together.
No way.
Mittens therapy, no. No, but there was a mitten kitten.
Cute. Have there been any horses with therapy in the name?
I think it'll only show me horses that start with therapy. Therapy is a name on reserve, so you can't name your horse therapy. But there was a horse therapist in 2015.
Wow, it took that long to name a horse therapist.
Well, yeah, I think because people were like, well, I can't name a horse therapist. In 2020, the preacher's wife. Don't name a horse that.
Oh, my.
Don't do that.
I don't think so.
Oh, my God. 2012 had a horse named The Party Never Ends. Anyway, sorry. I said I was done talking about horses.
Would you rather have to be struck in the back to walk or have your official government name be the preacher's wife?
Oh, both bad. I get, I'm not a fan of consistent physical pain. So I guess I'd have my full legal-ass Christian name be the preacher's wife.
Yeah, I think that's the right answer as well,
it's
as unfortunate as it is.
The way that the horse name does it, because it's all one word. And like just the first T is capital. So that's kind of cute. You could pretend it's different, like Vep, Reacher's wife.
Yeah. I'm wondering if there's any like reasonable nicknames that can be devised of the preacher's wife. Ichi.
I'd go by Reach. I think Reach would be cute. It feels very sci-fi. It's like, it's like old Puritan names. Cher. That's so cute. Gus, do you know about old Puritan names?
No.
I want to say it was Puritans. They did this thing where when they had a new child to name, they would just open up the Bible to a random page and just be like, right there. And then name their child either the word that they touched or the full ass sentence. So you get some great
names of people.
Great names.
Names of people. Bible sentence.
Yeah. God, some of them were absolutely wild. I gotta look. Bizarre religious nomenclature used by, it was Puritans. Praise God, Barebone.
I go by
here's
Bear.
the one I was thinking of. Barebone was the last name.
Oh.
So first name, Praise God.
Shit,
last name,
that's
Barebone.
way worse. I'd go by Ray.
Praise God, Barebone was a leather worker.
Praise God,
which
Barebone.
Is great. The one that I was thinking of, that's
a fucking D&D. That's like a name I'd give one of my stupid NPCs.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, the one I was trying to think of is Praise God, Barebone's son. Okay, the full name is the full first name is If Christ had not died for thee, thou hadst been damned. Last name Barebone. So
yikes.
Apparently, he went by Nicholas.
Yeah, I would too.
But like other good ones was just a child named Wrestling, because that's a word in the Bible.
I'd go by
Anger.
Oh my God.
Fear not. Experience. That's fun.
I'd go by Perry.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ came into the world to save was another Barebone. Jesus Christ came into the world to save's brother was named Damned. Damned Barebone. What
would it take, Haley? And you can add on any other condition to the scenario I'm going to give you. But you have to add a condition, the smallest condition possible, that you would accept this. That the soul that currently possesses Haley Whipjack the person no longer exists in your body.
Oh no.
And instead, your life is as a part of the Barebone family.
They sound bad.
I know. So what condition could you add on to that scenario? You as a person will have never been Haley. Instead, you will have been in the beginning Barebone or whatever. That's the first sentence that's the first word of the words of the Bible, right? In the beginning there, it was dark, and then God made all the stuff. That's the Bible, right?
It definitely starts with in the beginning.
For sure. Okay. So
Genesis 1:1.
What if you got to have wings too? Would you take that?
Okay, so the thing about that is I'm on Praise God Barebone's Wikipedia page.
Okay.
And he was born in 1598.
Okay.
And died in 1679. So that's kind of like when the Barebones were around. And I feel like having wings in that time period is a death sentence.
You'd get burned at the stake, wouldn't you?
I'm not living a good life.
That's true. Okay.
Being winged in the 1600s.
Is there anything out there that you would do to take this deal?
Maybe if I could be really hot, because this guy's ugly. And I think
just if you were hot,
I think it'd set me up for a good life. I wouldn't have to be a Barebone anymore. He lived in fucking England in the 1600s. If I was hot as hell, are you kidding? I could go be royalty in France. That went well for everybody.
Do you think that there's a level? Wasn't the French Revolution? I don't want to expose myself. Wasn't the French Revolution before then? Oh, shit. It probably was the 1700s.
Yeah, French Revolution was after the American Revolution.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So it would have been early 1800s, actually.
That's wild that you would take being a part of the Barebone family just to be super, super hot.
If I was super, super, super hot, I think my life would be really easy in the 1600s.
Fascinating.
I do believe that.
Are there any other things that we'd like to discuss before we wrap up our first episode of UCHQ? We can roll on the table one more time.
Yeah.
You want to try that? I can roll this time?
Sure.
Okay. As I'm rolling this dice, I want to say, if you are listening here to this episode of UCHQ, thank you so much for listening. This is a fun new experiment that Haley and I are trying out. We hope people like it. We hope it gives some, like we said, gives some extra juice to that $10 tier, and that y'all appreciate it. So thank you very much. That's patreon.com/unpreparedcasters. $10 tier and above. Let's roll this die. I got an 18. This is a fun one. Okay. 18 is word story. So we're going to try to tell a story alternating words. And this is kind of what we did with Mittens Therapy. I think we wrap. I think at some point one of us is going to say the and the other one will say end.
Great.
All right. So once
there
was
a
frog.
And
He
jumped
up
a
drain pipe.
So
He
could
get
somewhere
quickly.
The
Drain pipe
was
on
a
house
and
that
made
we're not. And all right, what the train pipe was on a house and that made the
frog
curious.
So
He
went
into
the
house.
There
He
was
when I really think you're gonna give me a word. All right, so he went into the house. There he was. Okay. Inside
the
house,
a
man
waited
for
him.
hello.
Said
The
man
to
the
frog.
The
Frog
waved.
back.
They
Had
lovely
snacks.
and
Were
friends.
forever.
The
And if we could try,
Thank you so much.
Can we summarize that? Okay. Let's try our.
There was a
So there's a
frog.
frog.
He went in a
He was
house.
running up a drain pipe to get somewhere when we never established where.
but he was getting there fast.
And he, surely there was a way to get into the house from the drain pipe. And he
Yeah.
was there to meet his friend, the man, who had snacks
man.
prepared. And then they were friends.
Forever.
Let's grade that story together, Haley. How do we think we did?
B-.
I would give it a B- as well. I think we had some characters for sure, but it was light
Yeah.
on.
There was dialogue.
There was dialogue. It was light on any sort of plot or conflict.
And why would it need those things?
I feel like good stories have those things.
Good improv, one word at a time stories have that?
I think the more we do this game, I think we're gonna get so good at it. Actually, we're gonna. My goal is to make someone cry with one of these stories.
Oh gosh.
You know, we've done it with our D&D podcast. Why can't we do it with our silly little word game?
Because that sounds very hard.
You just have to believe in me and you and each other.
I'll try.
That will do it for this first ever episode of UCHQ. Please, if
Utchk.
you... Utchk! I'm glad that I've gotten you on the Utchk train, by the way. You were not on it at first.
Still not.
If you listened to this and you liked it and you want more, we're going to be posting these every other Thursday on our $10 tier on Patreon, patreon.com/unpreparedcasters. If you're already on the $5 tier, listen to the verbal component. That's just $5 extra a month to fill up your ears with lovely...
to get two of these.
To get 2 of these a month. Lovely little content for your ears.
So true.
So we hope to have you on the UCHQ-mobile with us as we continue to figure out weird ways that we can gamify hanging out with each other. It'll be a fun little variety show. And if you have suggestions on things you might want to add to the bit encounter table or things you might want us to discuss, let us know on Patreon. Comment on
Put it in the comments.
on the post, and we'll take a listen to those. I'm just gonna let you know some things that you might expect. I'm just gonna read out a few examples from the bit encounter table in future episodes. We could give advice about Dungeons and Dragons. We could play a game of Fuck, Marry, Kill, or Would You Rather. We could verbally play Tic-Tac-Toe, which is a fun one. Give each other trivia questions about UC. Play Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Those are just a handful of selections from the table that you can expect in future episodes of UCHQ. So, thank you so very much for listening. Is this show going to have a theme song? I don't think so. Probably not, right? Should it?
Nope,
That is Under the Sea. We'll come up with something. See you next week
So true.
in the UCHQ studios. Until then, have a good time and let your hands know that you love them.
My hands are hugging.
Bye.
Bye.